We're going to jump into the new creme de la creme. I feel very special because I get to do a lot of the testing of this new beast and show you the differences. One of the big differences immediately looking at it is the buckle. So they've elected to switch away from the Cobra clips into an ICS, right? ICS clips that, you know, anytime you go for more of a hardy buckle, you also are going to add a little bit of weight. So there's always a trade-off when you start change things around. So you have to keep that in mind. Cobra clips are light, but they also have the trade-off of there's the clips themselves that to undo it are a little bit more exposed than they are on this newer clip. And I guess some rumors are heard that one of the problems or something was grabbing a hold of it, you could accidentally, where this new clip kind of eliminates that because there's nothing protruding out. I never had an issue with the Cobra clips doing that, but I like them both. So tell us about this new one. I don't know if you've had the chance to play with this one so much. I know you had a lot of input on the development of it and changing things around. The yoke strap is very similar already to the one that you have in the version 3. I believe all they added to it was the ability to attach a light up in the front.
That's correct.
Other than that, it's pretty much the same?
Yes. So on all the previous iterations, it had the ability to mount an adventure light, VIP light,
Gotcha.
Which is very common, especially in the military and special operations. So some canine handlers wanted to have one in the front as well as one on the top, and that's what the bungee cord is for, so that you can mount that transverse across, and then the bungee helps to secure it to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. So the only real redesign in the yoke was the addition of that, along with Velcro, because lots of people like to have morale style patches or even have the dog's own flight badge or whatnot. So depending on whether they wanted to mount it horizontal or vertical on the animal, you had the ability to do that. The other thing is we have very, very robust handles, and the handles are designed that the weight's carried across the whole entire spine of the harness. But if you go ahead and hold that, and then you look at these, you can see the difference. One of the things that's a concern is that if you're tracking or you're doing any type of operations, especially entry work with the dog's going to go and make entry because it's part of the stack, is to try to have as slick a design as possible so it's less points to where the dog can get entangled or entrapped.
Right.
So this is still quite enough room that everything is designed to function with a gloved hand, because as a handler or as yourself being a shooter, that part of your kit is you wear gloves.
Correct.
So to help protect you, you're wearing gloves, but you still are able to grab a hold of that dog. So like myself, when I'm running a track and somebody has crossed a fence, I have the ability that I can pick up my dog, hand her over to somebody, and then bring her over. I try to keep as little impact to her joints as possible to help increase her longevity. Some of the other things that you see is that this has incorporated a lifting bridle, or some people use it as a suitcase handle to carry the animal.
Yours does not. Yours is an add-on function that attaches to the beaner.
Correct. That this was something that started with a request from a customer and then has moved on to the current version. You can order it either with or without, depending on your preference. And talking about the buckles, again, kind of to keep into a little bit of the minimalist type of design, is the wings, like on a Cobra buckle, that stick out to the side. Here the releases are on the inside. So again, if the dog's going through some type of restriction, there's less of a chance that those can get undone, even though you'd have to hit 2 of them. But you never know if Murphy's going to show his head on whatever mission that you're on.
Right.
The other thing that we've done too is, the only redesign to the yoke is the angle of this buckle. If you look at how this is angled, it's more ergonomic, that as soon as the dog starts to pull into the harness, the changing of this allows that dog is immediately pulling into the yoke, and the weight is being dispersed not only along the harness but also along the dog's body system as well. The rings here are designed for a camera system that you can be put on here, so it's part to help stabilize. But also the new addition on this vest is we have laser cut Molle. The version 3 doesn't have Molle. Version 4 has Molle, and it's sewn webbing versus this is laser cut. The elastics here are designed for siloon sticks, So depending on what type of operations you're doing, if you're going at night and you're using nods, you could have an IR chem light. And then if you're just not needing to be stealth, then you may have a regular chem light, and depending on what color you are and what position you are in the stack, you can change the identifiers that you want. One of the other things that we have that version 3 has is you have the ability to carry this animal on your back.
Right.
So if you're having a hook and climb, such as myself and the Coast Guard doing maritime operations, or even regular land operations, you got to climb an access ladder to go on the outside of a building, or even an extension ladder, you have 4 connection points that you wear backpack straps so you can carry that animal.
As you can tell, I mean, it's definitely a hardy harness, and it's got a little extra weight to it compared to, you know, if you're just running a civilian harness that doesn't have any kind of like
this
tactical
is not an Amazon. This is not an Amazon fake service dog harness.
This is not an Amazon purchase at all. These are, I can tell you, it is custom cut and fit for Archer. It fits him like a glove. I highly suggest anyone interested in one of these, definitely jump over onto the Cerberus. All their social media, they have Facebook, Instagram. I don't ever use Twitter. Twitter just seems to be a lot of people arguing to me. So I kind of stay away from it. I definitely have TikTok. Everyone knows me from TikTok. But you know, check that out. I'll be posting a lot of videos of the functionality of it. We'll be posting videos of us running the Spartan race in Jacksonville in 2 weeks. So I'm going to put this through the test. This one's obviously already been through a lot of tests, and it's already been in the field and operational. This one hasn't been in the field yet. However, we're going to do that. From Advon to Cerberus and to Manatee County Search and Rescue, we want to tell John a super big thank you for coming out, showing us his stuff, giving us some information about these harnesses and what they do, the new technology that's out there, the fact that, you know, there's people out here working day and night, not only to protect people, but to protect the dogs that are protecting the people. So on behalf of Advon and all of my followers and all the followers in the world, we want to tell you thank you for everything that you do and that you keep doing for us. And thank you to your dog for her putting herself out there. A lot of people don't realize even search and rescue is extraordinarily dangerous for the dogs. So she's doing a huge service to mankind as well. We'll see you guys later, and always remember, dogs are awesome.
Dogs are awesome.